So I started keeping a journal when I was 14 years old. It was 2019, and I just wanted to write how I was feeling, what was going on in my life, just to document it. I really thought it was important to write down everything that was happening because all the adults in my life would say these are the most formative years of your life and this is really important. And so I thought, why not just write it down? So let's go back to 2022. I just graduated high school and I'd gotten into college and I was gonna go to this school in California that I'd never been to, never wanted to go to. But I got in and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there. And then at the beginning of summer, I realized that's not for me. And instead, I'm gonna take a gap year and go to London. That's exactly what I did. And that was my very first time in Europe or in the UK. And when I got there, I was just recording everything. Looking back, I would never pick up a camera in London Bridge Station, but at the time, it was the hugest thing to be there. Stayed in London from October 2022 until 2023, which is when I started this journal here. On each of my journals, I like to do random doodles, and at the time I was really into drawing flames. This is supposed to be a UFO. That's supposed to be a spaceship, and these are supposed to be stars. And then on the binding, I would write the version, the number, the year, and then the months that I wrote the journal through. So this one was from January to August. I filled up basically every single page. And in this journal, I would do a lot of doodling. I'd write out a lot of creative ideas, book notes, just kind of daily thoughts, And the rest of 2023, really important year as well for me. That was when I officially started university after my gap year. I finally got into a college in London, which I was super excited about. And so that was super huge just that entire time. I think it's really cool to just read this back now, thinking about whatever situation I was stressed out about back then, however small, however big, feels so distant now. In the moment, it's so emotionally charged, and then being able to just pick it up, read it, the literal page I was writing on, you feel so disconnected from it, and it's almost that's something I experienced, but I have no emotional pull towards it. And so it makes situations or things that might stress me out today feel better. I just know 2 years from now I'm going to be looking back, I'm going to be reading this journal and thinking, why was I stressed out about that? That's so relevant. And so I think that's one of the biggest benefits of journaling. You can kind of practice gratitude for whatever moment, situation that you're in today, but also just being able to distance yourself from it a little bit as well. Okay, I took a short break, but to continue that thought, I think by distance, what I really mean is you can, take a situation or whatever it is that's on your mind and put it just somewhere that's not your head. And in that way, you kind of are not so attached to whatever it is that's making you feel some kind of way. And also, it could just be positive things as well. Sometimes it's nice to write down fun, happy things and feel I have a place I could just go back and reminisce. It's great for nostalgia. So this journal, this is 2025. So I just finished this one 2 weeks ago, and this is probably one of my favorites just because I started to experiment more with art and just kind of not having the journal be so much of just writing out my thoughts and feelings, but also just creating things. But yeah, I started getting these stickers and stamps and creating pages with them, and I really loved those. If I ever went somewhere, I would get cards and I would start putting it into my journal. If I went to like a restaurant, I would get their business card, put it in there, print things out, really just like having fun with it, and just experimenting a little bit. Really excited to get into this one. On the front cover, I drew this little person. I saw this picture, something similar to it on Pinterest, and so I thought it was cool. I thought I wanted to put it in. And then I got like my thumbprint on some Sharpie, and I just put it in there, and I like it. I also got some stickers. I put a cat and a moon, which I think is pretty cool. I started writing down like a playlist, still trying to like continue with some of the more just like arts and crafts kind of thing. So I cut out each letter and I put a little sticker of a headphone, and I wrote out one of my playlists. Got used to getting a new journal every single year, writing in it a few times a week, every day, just however many times I can manage. And to know that, okay, all these years have passed, and writing it in the present moment always feels the same, but looking back at the old journals, I realized that just my mindset is completely different. And so it feels really great to be able to be here now at 21, hopefully writing for my 31-year-old self, who is going to read back at this and have my own thoughts and feelings and think, wow, like I would have handled a certain thing differently, even when it comes to school, job searching, how I spend my days. Like, who knows? Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot else to say. So if you want to start a journal, this is your time to start a journal.